Hello and welcome. Here is the flip through for all of the papers for this month, and I hope that you enjoy looking at them, and we'll just get on. So all of the papers are available in the shop, so if you're not on a particular tier, you can either upgrade to that tier and get not only the papers but everything that's been created on that tier over time, or you can just go and get the individual set of papers. So let's have a look at the ones that you're going to have access to. Everybody has access to. This is on the free tier. So this is the sampler edition, Heritage and Time, Layers of Becoming. And the previous papers will have now been placed in the shop, so if you didn't get hold of that for the previous month, just note that this is available until the end of August. Okay, so let's just flip through and see. I've created, I love creating all of the papers and using, let's come in a bit, using all of the different elements that you can use. I do a lot of layering in the papers and using physical pieces of art that I've made and kind of layering them in. So here you will see the image of a stamp that I created. I just love creating you know, just different things. And then we've got layers of embossed metal in here that I've worked on. Okay, so this is the sampler edition. We've got a variety of different sizes, and they can be used in a variety of different ways in your journal or your creative projects. So it's always nice to see what you've been able to do with them, and I look forward to actually seeing that for myself as well, and working through them as well. Let's come out a little bit so that you can see them like that. Okay, so this is the studio edition. This is on the $3 tier. Yeah. And again, I like doing faces. The only one that hasn't got faces is the Atelier edition. But I love the watercolor effects, the faces, again, the layers. And these kind of effects that you can see here, you can create in different ways. You can create with the salt, adding it on the watercolor. You can add splashes after you've painted it. You can add splashes. You can use alcohol as well. Can give you some really nice textured effects. And we have the black and white copy here. And it's nice to be able to kind of do your own thing in terms of colour. You've got that as a guide if you want. But you can, you know, add your own colour to that. And then we've got the A5-ish version, but this is in landscape at the moment. And additional tags that can be used and different sizes, yeah? So that is the studio edition. And it's just to remind you, yeah, the papers are, I create the papers for each and every month. I've been doing so for the past, I think, 4 years. And, you know, oh, look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? Again, I've used some steampunk kind of elements in here. Again, the layers. Lots of doodling elements. I'm going to really try and carve out time to work on some of these. The months are whizzing by so quickly, so we have to be intentional in our the time that we spend and really give ourselves the time to be creative. So these ones I like making mini books and, you know, adding words, so that these are nice for adding words and then journaling in the middle and using them on your journal. So you could write the word and on the front, and then, you know, journal about the word, the encouragement that you want. And they always have, for this edition, this is on the $10 tier, it has the bookmarks that you can you know, make the bookmarks or put them directly in your journal. Again, you know, using your imagination, just trying it out. But the colours are gorgeous. I just love the colours. It always inspires me. It's just, it feels like sometimes there's not enough time in the day to use them all. It's like I set out with, as I was talking about intention, the intention to do all of this work with all of the papers, and there's always, you know, something that comes up, but it is about you taking the time out, and, you know, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's just cutting, fussy cutting. So this is the Atelier edition, red, black and white. And again, it's nice to be able to, one of the exercises I did was to look at the colours in the paper and use that as inspiration for creating like a collage with fabric. And so the other thing, and the other way in which you can get inspiration, is going out into nature. Now, all of these are nature inspired, and so you can go out into nature and see what colours the flowers are. Sometimes the colours that are put together are just so amazing. You just think to yourself, I would never have thought of putting those two colours together, but it actually looks amazing. Yeah? So lots of variation, lots of things that you can, elements that you can use in your projects. So don't be afraid to just try something, you know, try something that you may not have done. Or the other thing is that you can mix and match the papers, you know, put something together. You know, it doesn't have to, you know, like I was going to say, you know, like if I decided to put these together, you know, it could be small elements, or it could just be for the fun of it. You know, it doesn't have to be that, yes, you know, on the colour wheel this goes here and this is next to that. You can just experiment and see what you get. And then if you're adding paint as well, you can bring in, like you could bring in some of the deep reds onto whatever surface, or, you know, there are elements that you can cut out. So I just give you some hints and tips of what I might do, but I think I've probably over the years gone through the majority of them. And sometimes it's nice just to, you know, have and put a word, or, you know, but you've got everything there. You've got the colours, you've got the imagery. You just might want to add your own word, or add a flower that you've created somewhere else, and, you know, maybe pick up one of the colours. It's really just to give you some inspiration, and, you know, you've got collectibles that you can dip into time and time again. So these are the papers for August. I hope you have fun with them, and they're released over the days. I thought I would put it out early so that you get to have a good look at, you know, what's to come, and if you want to get one of the other papers, you can. So I hope that you find the time to use them, and look out for the videos that will come with me kind of giving you some hints and tips. And this month we're actually going to have even more, because I haven't used the papers for last month, and there's some things that I wanted to do with them, so there'll be, you know, a few more videos this month for you to enjoy. Okay, so I shall see you soon.